Alright, good morning YouTube, and Happy New Year's of course. And yeah, it's 2:45 in the morning when I'm recording this, but I do want to push this out since the New Year's coming by. And yeah, this is the last time I'll be recording a video under the alias Shouter, of course. I am changing my channel name to Ivanka, just because I can. Also, I do want to have a change of pace. I have been thinking about doing more New Year stuff, such as uploading more content, doing a little bit more commentaries, because I don't do that much commentaries, in my opinion, because I don't really talk that well. But I will try my best, okay? But anyway, today we're on Overwatch, of course, and we're gonna go over support in general, because I play a ton of support, and I see a lot of people wondering why do people call them healers instead of support. But yeah, general tip about support. You have a passive where you can heal over time, so don't worry, you don't have to use too many abilities on yourself to. So if you're out of combat, you can heal up a little bit, which really helps out certain heroes as we get into the support category, of course. But yeah, if you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe, of course. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing we're gonna go with is Ana, but before we go into the hero, let's go over abilities first. So let's go in the game. I did kind of get alt charged because I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, Ana, let's start with the primary first. Because the thing about these supports, they are insane in damage. You don't specifically heal. If you're just healing and not doing any damage, you are throwing the game. You see, supports kinda, sorry you can shoot tanks and all that stuff, but yeah, you don't want to throw your entire game by just healing people. Like if you're healing your entire team like this the whole entire time and not shooting other things, then something's wrong with you. You can use their kits, for example. Like there's a lot of powerful supports in here as we get into it, but Ana is one of them. Okay, but anyway, Ana, she's hard meta right now because RoadHog's running around rampant. But yeah, Ana is very good. If Also her primary got buffed to 75 damage, so you can practically two-shot a tracer. Also, do keep in mind that Ana's primary is damage over time. As you can see here, it has no headshot multiplier, so you shoot at the head, it doesn't count for bonus damage. But she has really good damage in general for alt charge. But yeah, let's go over her R1 ability. I don't know what it is on PC. I don't remember. But yeah, her R1 ability is an anti-nade, which might be one of the most effective things in the game. So, as you can see there, their health bar is purple, and they can't heal for a couple seconds. Like it's like 4 seconds. They can't heal, which is the biggest counter to RoadHog since you wanted to deny him that free alt charge from his heal.
Not the first, not the last.
Also, you can slash on your teammates and give them increased healing, of course. So, you see your teammate, you can throw this right there, and it fully healed. Well, not fully healed, but like semi sort of healed. But anyway, her L1, which is Sleep Dart. Sleep Dart is used for those diving heroes and stuff. Like, if you get dive on, not really dive, if you get snuffed up on by a Reaper, you could just
slow down.
shoot that. Or sometimes you can do this and that.
No
If your teammate's not helping, but usually when I sleep dart, I usually shoot the sleep dart first, then alert my teammate. So do this.
No, I slept the target.
So yeah, you might want to do that if you don't have any communication on your team, of course, because not every game is going to be perfect where your team helps you, of course. But if you want to deal with it by yourself, you could do the sleep dart. Do that, of course. It doesn't work on almost every hero. They have a little. Some heroes have a little bit too much health for it to work on, but yeah. Our ultimate ability is nano boost. So nano boost gives you damage resistance and damage increasing. So yeah.
You're powered up. Get in there.
So yeah, you can save a lot of teammates from doing that. Also, fellow DPS and tanks. Here's a general tip for you. Well, here's a general note for you. Your Ana, she's very good, but don't yell at Nano if you're not in the position or correct. You're not in this position to, you know, have the Nano. Or if don't yell at me when I can't nano you, of course. if there's somebody in the back line flanking me, the last thing I want to do is nano you so I can get killed. I want to deal with that first, so I have an easier time dealing with everybody around me. Well, everyone on my team is around me. So yeah, don't shout at me when I don't give you nano on time, of course, because sometimes you're just out of position, or you're too far deep in there for the nano to actually take effect. So like, if you're charging in with Reinhardt, I'm not gonna nano you, because first off, you're feeding the team ultimate charge. But yeah, let's go over a good nano targets. So good nano targets, Diva, Doomfist is kind of good right now. Junker Queen, she's fun, but I don't know if you'll see her a lot in competitive. Arissa, she's been on the rise lately, actually. Ramantra, I think he's I'm not sure yet. I tested him with Nano, he's pretty good with Nano. Reinhardt is pretty good with Nano. Zarya good with Nano. No. Winston's pretty good with Nano. Sigma and RoadHog. So everybody except for Wrecking Ball is pretty good with Nano. Of course, most of your DPS is going to be good with Nano, of course. So like, for example, Ashe with Nano is fucking insane. Sojourn, one of the most overpowered DPS, even despite her nurse, is overpowered with Nano. Reaper, Soldier, Symmetra is dumb overpowered right now. Junkrat in general is just threatening. Torb, he's been on the rise lately. He's pretty underrated. He's pretty good. Hanzo, sorta. It depends on the player though. Tracer, I'm not sure. I think she's a little bit too squishy for a nano boost, in my opinion. But you can mostly nano most of your team, most of the DPS. So yeah, nano is very generous. But it also, you do want to look at your players and see how they want to. Also, as Honor, you do want to look at your players and see who can benefit from that nano the most. So, for example, if you have a soldier dominating the enemy team, you can give her a nano, and she can kill people faster, of course. But yeah, let's get to the next hero, Baptiste.
Another day, another battlefield.
Baptiste is very interesting. He's hit scan, of course, so each one of his pellets does 75 damage. Burst fire, of course. So it's 3 shots towards the body and 2 shots towards the head. But mostly with Baptiste, you do want to go on, you know, you do want to do damage as well, cause his damage is fucking insane. Especially him being hit scan, of course. Okay, and his ability is when you crouch, you can charge your boots, and then you can jump on high ground. So you can, like, you know, poke some damage up here.
You or me, sister.
Or you can like dodge a couple ultimates, like for Reaper ultimates, go up here, etc. So regen burst, of course, this is his first ability. Let me use these bots over here as an example. I wish I have my friends online right now, but it's 2 in the morning, of course. So regen burst, it heals them over time. It is an initial burst, then it heals them over time, of course. Do mind that you need to be in line of sight for it to be effective, so you can't use it behind this wall. For example, same thing with the second ability. So as you can see there, I'm not hitting them with the regen burst. Okay, his second ability, which is called immortality field. So you see your teammate about to die, go this, and they can't go below that threshold, and it lasts this for a couple seconds. You can get some really good ult charge, secondary fire from this. So, for example, you do want to save your immortality if your teammate is, like, you know, dying. You do want to save it for certain situations. Like, some teams will use a combo such as grab dragon, so you want to use your immortality for that, get free ult charge. But usually when I go Baptiste, I usually go with damage and save immortalities for ultimates, or, like, you know, nanos and all that stuff. Anyway, his second ultimate, well, his ultimate, of course. His ultimate is called damage amplification. So you do double damage, so you can basically one clip everything. It doubles you any projectile or thing goes over here. You basically do increased damage. You do not want to take this much damage, of course. But yeah, amplification matrix is pretty much good on anybody with projectiles. Cause yeah, soldier inside that thing is insane. Anyway, next support, Brigida.
Breaking me down just builds
Brigida
me up.
has been on the decline lately. I think because Lucio is hard meta right now, you don't want Brigida and we don't want Brigida on your team. Brigida and Lucio is not good with each other unless it's Goats, but Goats is a very different story, and you cannot run that anymore. Which you can run it in open queue competitive, but open queue should not be in competitive mode because it's very unrealistic. Also, the game has changed so much that you don't want to play open queue competitive. So the game is more aggressive, of course. But yeah, open queue is not a competitive game mode. Don't come at me and say that. But anyway, Brigida, she's very interesting. So every time you hit people, you see this yellow healing burst. So so people usually underestimate Brigida's healing burst. So take the hole at Ilios as example, the whale map from Ilios. Her inspire, that's what her passive is called when you hit them every time. It's bigger 1.5 times bigger than that hole, I think. So you can probably draw like an extra big circle around it, and it basically turns out the hole. But yeah, every time you hit people, you do want to proc your inspire. You're basically healing a lot of people. But usually with Brig, you want to play a little bit more defensively, of course. You can use your whip shot and proc up your inspire, heal people.
Look at me go!
Also, your whip shot does do knockback, so do keep that in mind. So if you see a Reinhardt getting a little bit too close for comfort, move him back.
I
Of course.
love doing that.
So our R1, this is a heal pack, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be using your heal pack that much because you look at that recharge time. It's terrible. But yeah, usually you want to proc off your inspire as much as you can. You don't play Brig like a tank. You don't like go in front of the entire enemy, in front of an enemy Reinhardt, and just try to fuck him up. No, that's not gonna work. That's not like release Brig and you can just like fuck up a Reinhardt but in the duel. Anyway, she has a shield with 250 HP. Of course, you can use it to help your Mercy revive, of course. So usually I like to play the get down Mr. President playstyle. Basically, I will put my entire life to save you. So usually I like to help out my other supports because supports, the most valuable thing is staying alive. So if you see a Mercy out there trying to get a res off, or when it's a little bit safe, you don't want them to get hurt, you can stand in front of them, shield like this, and if you get a little bit too close, you can use a whip shot, of course. I do like playing with, playing a little bit defensively, because I think that's what Brig's for. But anyway, she does have a shield bash, by the way. It doesn't do stun anymore, but it does do extra damage. So yeah, that also procs inspire. So do keep that in mind. And her ultimate might be one of the worst support ultimates right now because her ultimate is not game changing. In my opinion, it's not game changing because in Overwatch 1, it gave her super armor. It made Nano Brig fucking disgusting. Nano Brig was one of the overpowered, not overpowered, but like really good. But her ultimate has been indirectly nerfed by Overwatch 2's new health bar system. So you know, white health, which is regular health, yellow health, which is armor. Well, not yellow. Orange, which is armor. Blue, which is shields, and green, which is over health. So her ultimate increases movement speed, and that's it.
You should
And yeah,
rethink your strategy.
you keep green over health for 30 seconds, of course, and it gradually decreases after the 30 seconds. But yeah, that's her ultimate. Her ultimate is, I think it needs a soft rework because this is nothing.
I really wipe
300, not 300, but a little bit extra over health is not gonna save anybody. And why you think Lucio's beat is more Lucio's beat is better? Like if it was Overwatch 1, if they kept super armor in there, that would be amazing. But yeah. So Brig is she's kinda underwhelming right now. So let's talk about the most picked hero, Kiriko.
I'll find my
So Kiriko released last season. And yeah, she is meta defining, as I've proven in my other video.
I'm with you.
Not proven, but like as I've concluded. Her ultimate can win a lot of fights. Also, her kit is kind of trash, but her ultimate is really good. So let's start with our primary. Also, a general tip of Kiriko before we get into it. So you want to go to Kiriko controls, of course, and you want to turn this right here. You want to turn this right here off, cause you'll throw out all 10 of your tags if you do this every time. But if you turn it off, you throw out 2. Also, no, Kiriko is not a heal bot. Nah. So her primary does 40 damage. That's a headshot, which is like double the damage. So this. Also, you do want to play Kiriko more like a I know you're gonna hate to say this, but you do want to flank around with Kiriko, get some damage around, build that early ult charge, whatever. You can be sniper Kiriko, snipe people across the fucking map with Kiriko, of course. And then if somebody jumps on you, you can just teleport away. Like say if like a Winston's down there and he sees you, you can just teleport back to your team, and you'll be safe.
Hey.
But do keep in mind, you don't want to use your teleport every instance. Basically, if you see your teammate over here dying, and there's like 4 enemies over there, and you spectator cam, I would not fucking teleport. Sorry, it's selfish, but it's better for a support to be alive than for you to die and a take die, or your teammate die. Let me rephrase that. So yeah, you do want to keep that in mind. If you have low communication, you should probably, you know, see if your teammate is getting like harassed first, or you see like no enemy team over there, because you can teleport on accident and you can give that enemy team a free happy meal of ultimate charge. Anyway, her biggest ability, which is cleanse, basically cleanse all negative status effect except for Junkrat's trap, of course, and it gives you 0.85 seconds of invincibility. So yeah, also it does knock back, but I don't like seeing Kiriko's do this. They automatically teleport, throw this at the ground. No, that's a waste of the most valuable cooldown in the game. If an honor nades your entire team, hypothetically, and if you use this, hold on, no, let me rephrase that. If an honor nades your entire team, hold on, let me rephrase it again. Oh my god, I'm so new to this. Anyway, say if you teleport back to your team and you see all your teammates low, you use this. Honor can just throw an anti and fuck y'all up. Yeah, you do want to use that as wisely as possible. Look out for what abilities are available, and look out for what abilities are need to be cleansed, such as stun from Brian's pin, Jungle Queen's anti-heal effect on her rampage, any slow effect from Mei, or getting frozen. That's pretty good as well. But yeah, let's go over her ultimate ability. Her ultimate ability goes around 20 meters, of course. So it has been nerfed since season 2's patch. So now it takes a little bit more to build up, and the cooldown reduction is being reduced from 3 times to 2 times now. So it does go ahead 20 meters.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
It makes you shoot faster, reload faster, your abilities come out faster, it times 2 faster. Basically, everything's faster. Her ult can change the game. It doesn't give you a damage buff, it just makes everything work faster. Like, say if your important cooldowns is coming back faster. Say if you have, like, you know, that's a good thing. That's a good cooldown that comes off faster. Say if you don't have recall or tracer, you can just step in there, do some fast damage, get your recall back instantly, go out, kill everything. Kill as you want to, of course. The thing about Kiriko, everything goes faster with her thing. In higher ranks of play, having faster cooldowns is very valuable. Like, come on now. Anyway, away from Kiriko, let's go to Lucio. Lucio's been hard meta right now. Also, a general tip for Lucio, you can also water ride. Not a lot of Lucios know this. I see a lot of floor Lucios, like they on the floor. You have the second best mobility in the game. We'll get to the best one later. But yeah, Lucio can ride across walls, of course. Newsflash if you don't know that. So his first ability is crossfade. So if he switch to healing, if you stay on healing, you're doing something wrong. Lucio is not used for his heals. He's used for his speed. Anyway, so majority of the time you should be on speed. That's why you have a second support. Moving faster and enabling people is better than having teeny tiny little heals. But the only time you should be on heals if you're like poking, for example. If you're in the poke phase of a fight. Also amplifier. Also his second ability, amplifier, increases your speed, of course, or increases healing. Usually I use it with speed because it gets your team in a fight faster, of course. And his primary does 60 damage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 60 damage. And his third ability, knockback. Everybody knows the ability of boop. The boop ability, of course, which you can environmental kill. You can get enemies away from you, all that stuff. And let me build up his ultimate really quickly. Let me show you the healing thing from crossfade anyway. Since we're here. As you can see, Lucio's heals are not that good. They barely out healing the training bots. That boy goes a little bit. Also a cool thing to know, it doesn't work on the training bots of course, but when your allies are getting speed boost, their feet go green, so yeah. As you can see, Lucio's heals is not very strong, but if you use amp, it helps out a little bit. But anyway, yeah. Lucio's ultimate is, we call it beat, but we beat drop, which is very valuable. You can enable your entire team to stay on speed, kind of fuck them up, of course. But yeah, very valuable to have. But yeah, Lucio is hard meta right now. In the Overwatch League Grand Finals, he has an 100% pick rate, which, oh yeah, you can't compare Overwatch League to ladder play. If he's 100% pick rate in the Overwatch League, he must have something good, right? Right? Yeah. Since this meta is super aggressive right now, yeah. Even though it's Hulk poke meta right now, it's been fucking AIDS. And we have supports over here playing Survive the Killer with fucking RoadHog. Let's get off of Lucio and go to the most mobile hero in the game, Mercy.
Don't worry, I'll be right
You might be
behind
thinking, oh yeah, Mercy, all she does is heal. No, she is not what she's supposed to be used for. But yeah, a general tip about Mercy is that they changed the super jump mechanic, which is basically, you know, you do the glitch with crouch and jump, and you can like move around everywhere, be a fucking World War II, damn bomber plane, something like that. But anyway, Mercy. Also, another general tip about Mercy: if you're alone, and if your whole team is dead, for example, from like a diva bomb or something like that, don't revive them in the middle of getting shot at. You're basically just trying to make your team pissed off at you, giving them free alt charge. Like, no. Like, sure, you'll die in the process while reviving them. No, I wouldn't recommend doing that. When your whole team is dead, don't. Just pull out the Glock, and just keep shooting so you can get some ultimate charge. Or if you have your ultimate, you can just fly back to your team. But yeah, let's go over ability, shall we? So first ability is the healing stream, of course. I didn't save enough time. So the healing stream does what it does. Basically heals.
Still watching over you.
But yeah, you don't want to be on this all the time. Her big ability is this.
Supplying damaging damage.
This is insane. This makes Sojourn overpowered. This makes any hero that's hit scan in DPS fucking amazing. If you're not on this, if you're not on this at least regularly, then you're doing something wrong. You shouldn't be on heal 24/7. That's not all she's supposed to do. Okay, let's go to her second ability, which is you know, the hop. If you see that little bar over there, you can basically dash forward, dash up, you can dash to the side, for example. You see a enemy getting close, you can just back up, keep a distance. Or if you see like a something at the ground, you just press circle, go up. I don't know the controls on PC yet, but yeah. Basically, you're like the most mobile hero in the game. The reason why people hate Mercies in higher rank, cause they're actually unkillable. If you think about it, I have went games where I had 0 deaths, or sub 5 deaths, and you make me thinking Mercy is like one of the worst support right now, but she's not. Mercy pretty much has like the most like movement skill in the game. To take it lightly. I'm not a Mercy main or anything, but it's like my second most played hero. My most played being fucking Kiriko. But yeah. Don't think of Mercy as only a heal bot. Do think of her as a support that can enable your teammates or your DPSs to do damage. Anyway, second big ability, your teammate dies beside you. Basically a revive. Revive is very valuable. Like for example, your tank dies in the front line and your DPS are rolling them, get that reviving. You can easily win that team fight. Of course. And of course Valkyrie.
Heroes never die.
I usually use it to fly around, of course. They have extra mobility, of course. Like you're a true F-51 bomber if you're just going around doing this the whole time. You do want to watch out if there's like hit scan or something that can accurately aim after you in the air. You never want to stay still in Overwatch. You can get sniped, shot at, die in one hit. But yeah, you can give your entire group a damage boost, or you can give your entire group healing. But I usually just use it to fly around because I think it's way more valuable. Sprinkle some heals here and there, and kind of give them a damage boost in general. Killing stuff faster is not a bad idea at all. Like, if you think about it, killing stuff faster makes you win fights faster. Also, you have more times to win. Okay, now let's go over to the most intensive character to one of the worst supports in the game. So, let's get this over with. I call these Moria is not very good. She has the strongest raw healing, but she has no utility. As in, like, she has no utility for her team. All she does is heal damage. That's it. So, her first ability is these two orbs, you know, heal or damage. Heal is self-explanatory. Damage, you probably die to this a lot of times, especially low rank players that hate Moria. You see Morias do this. Just hold L2, kill you instantly. Or you get skilled orbs across the map when Moria throws a random damage orb. Also, the reason why Moria is also a shit pick. See your teammate over there. You have to give him a literal prostate exam to even fucking heal them. Also, the fact that Moria doesn't benefit the team. All she does is heal. But if you're playing Moria, you have to go for the damage. That's the only thing she can do. You can't blame the Moria. You can't blame Moria's. That's the only thing she can do. Damage.
Your injuries are fascinating. A cure for all
So if you complain about Moria's going in the back line, you can't blame them. There's nothing else that you can do but damage. So as you see, the L1 ability, you kind of escape from anything. You can cleanse off abilities as well, such as anti-nate. If you get anti, yeah. But also, I mean, Moria's a shit pick too, cause of this. Dive hard counters Moria. So say if you're attacking Winston, you get low, go away, and then the Winston can just jump on you and just fucking kill you. So yeah. Also, Moria can just die from pretty much anything. Like, you will see more DPS from Moria than healing, of course. But yeah, I don't think Moria is a good pick right now. Especially right now, anyway. Hog is like hard fucking thing. Also, the fact that she has limited heals.
I cannot heal you yet.
Yeah, you have limited time to heal. You have to do damage, of course, to get most of your bar back anyway. Also, people like to switch to Moria when they're dying too much. If you're switching to Moria, you're limiting what your team can do. If you was Mercy dying a bit too much, do not switch to Moria. Just get better at Mercy. Or switch to Bap, for example, keep your team alive, help you up with DPS. Or Ana, for example, stay far in the back. You don't really have to worry for much, except for flanking. Lucio, be immobile, enable your team. Or even Brig, which can protect your other support. But if you're dying too much, you probably shouldn't go Moria. Moria limits your entire team, which you can do. Let's go over her ultimate. Her ultimate is Coalescence, which can heal and damage.
Surrender to my
So
will.
this is the fastest building support ultimate. It's good. I won't deny, it's good. But this is like the fastest building support ultimate for a reason. It's not really a game changer anyway. Anyway,
Receive my aid.
let's go to the next hero. After that dumpster fire, let's go to Xin. Xin is pretty good in this
Amid
meta.
discord, we will find
So,
tranquility.
Xin is pretty good right now. So, let's go over his ability first. So, his ability is Snap Kick, which his melee just does not bad. That's it.
A stumble is still a step towards
Yeah,
a
that's it.
direction.
Anyway, so his L1 is this corridor, which basically increases the damage the enemy takes. So like, here's a headshot damage compared to a headshot damage. Yeah, that's a big difference, isn't it?
Rest your
Also,
soul.
Zen is a glass cannon. If you're not doing damage to Zen, get off of Zen. Like, right now. Zen has one of the best damage outputs from a support. Like, his orbs. 3 shots. That's cool. 2 shots. Like, come on now. So you can sprinkle some heals here and there. Also, do keep in mind if you break line of sight for 2 seconds, you will come back. Same thing with this corridor as well. Like if you think about it, Zen is a glass cannon. Like he can't self-sustain himself. Well, yeah, he can self-sustain himself, but he's really good at what he does, which is damage. He's not good in it. He's good in the healing department as well, but like, yeah, you mostly want to poke out, do damage. You kill a lot of things with Zen. Also, you have secondary fire, which is charged volley. Has no damage fall off, and does a shit ton of damage.
Does not compute.
That's just halfway
Defeat
charged.
is the better teacher.
No discord. Like, has no damage fall off. You can snipe across the damn map with this. Say if you see this bot right here. No damage fall off.
Resolution swiftly delivered.
Like, yeah, his orbs have no damage fall off at all. You can play Zen like a fucking sniper. That's probably over like 30 meters away. All the way in the back line. Doing that much damage. Nuh-uh. Also his ultimate is just heal. Nothing will die as long as you're doing this. As long as you're doing that ultimate, nothing will die. Anyway, here's a few extra tips for support. Since we're done with this video, a few extra tips. Let's go with Ana first. Ana, most targets you can nano, of course, such as your hit scan, anything that's rolling. But you always want to observe your team and see how they play. If they play a flanking haste playstyle, go help them with that flanking playstyle with your nano boost. Or if you see somebody sleeping, always mark the person who slept so your team can follow up on it. Baptiste, don't throw out your fucking lamp. The second you see somebody instantly dying, if they're feeding, that's their fault. That's not yours. You shouldn't help players do bad habits such as feeding. Like if you waste your lamp on one person because they're feeding, yeah, I don't think you should do that. Brig, you want to play them as defensive healer, always use your whip shot so you can get your Aspire off. Kiriko, always be aware of your surroundings. Also, use her teleport at your own risk because you don't want to give the enemy team a free happy meal of ultimate charge. Lucio, don't always be on heal. Be on speed most of the time, most of the match. Mercy. Oh boy, I have something for you, Mercy. So, Mercy should be pocketing DPS, such as Ashe. Bastion is pretty good. Cassie is pretty good. Echo, good. Genji, good. I don't know about Hanzo yet, but it depends on the player. Junkrat as threatening as it is right now. Also with the damage boost, really good. May, I'm not sure. She's not getting played a lot. Farah, of course. Reaper, I think he has enough damage, but it's no problem damage boosting him. Sojourn, hell yeah. Soldier 76, yep. Sombra, you don't need a damage booster since she already has her own damage boost, but it's alright. Symmetra is insane, always amazing with damage boost. Torbjorn coming up the ladder with the damage boost as well. Tracer, pretty good. Widowmaker, yeah, he can. Also, you shouldn't be pocketing your tanks as Mercy either. Moria, just do damage and don't waste your fade. The second you do that. Also, don't switch to Moria when you're dying too much on any other support. Like, Moria offers no utility for the team. Yeah. Zen, always Discord Orb. Because you can Discord Orb tanks and you make them die faster. Also, Zen, you always want to do damage because you have practically no damage fall off with your orbs. And yeah, use your snap kick ability. Anyway, that's about it for this video. If you like this video, you want to ask for more, comment down below. This is like one of my first tutorial videos. Unfortunately, I probably did like terrible on this, but hope you guys find some good help from this. I hope you guys climb, of course, as I am right now. But yeah, next time we will going over some DPS tips you want to do. Or should I do tank? I think tank is a little bit more beneficial because some of your tank players, oh boy, y'all needs help, some help. But yeah, I think next time we should do tank. Anyway, this has been support, and I'll see you next time.